today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, this is the National Football League. We'll see Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. To do the honors here. And off we go from Nashville. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
A terrific athlete. Started at wide receiver before becoming the starting quarterback at Texas A&M. And also took his studies pretty seriously as well. He was a biology major at Texas A&M. Planned to become an orthopedic surgeon. But being the 8th pick in the NFL draft, that paid just a little bit better.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Tannehill. The open man is Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On the RPO, that's complete right side. 7 yards to pick up there. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. The ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Tannehill finding Davis for a Titan first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way. I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college. Went to Cal and just blew up there. And then, of course, is a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round. And then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down. That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 40 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it? No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. It's Derrick Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Kirksey gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Being chased out left. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A first down carry for Henry. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play.
With the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But short yardage, trying to pick up first downs. That big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Derrick Henry. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Derrick. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
3rd and 7.
Titans on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On 4th down, here's Stephen Gostkowski for the Tennessee field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Slant to Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Rodgers pass.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Tackle made at the 47.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
1st down, Green Bay.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tyler Ervin back deep. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field. And really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now Tannehill. Pass caught left side by Humphries. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The 18-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Tannehill. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. minutes. The Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And 8 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And down inside the 15 he goes. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working from the gun. Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Rodgers. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jay Sternberger there, but it'll be second and goal.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers.
Equanimous St. Brown.
Equanimous St. Brown there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Mason Crosby.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Again, it's Henry. And this is going to be a Titans first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, Henry. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 44, Tannehill. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Smith catches left side. Tannehill 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 28-yard line. That's the end.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action, Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air again, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Steven Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Jones with a nice gain there on 1st down as he takes his forward and call it a pickup of 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Jones. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun to give to Jones. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Rodgers with the handoff to Aaron.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the gun, Rodgers. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Over the middle to Smith. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have a Titans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now it's Tannehill. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now Tannehill saying let's get to the line. Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
Tannehill now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up. Now Tannehill. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's first and goal. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. He's back to throw. And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They got the touchdown, could not, however, get the 2-point conversion to cap it, and they're still down by a pair. A crushing blow there as they cannot tie the game. Now the focus shifts to can they get the onside kick and have a miracle happen.
And they have to have that miracle play that they've been working on, that they've designed. You don't really just draw one up now. You've had different onside kicks. Do they have that one weak point in the defense that they can exploit because they have to have the ball back?
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were thrown for a loss.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.